Titan Submersible imploded last year. The world wondered how something this catastrophic could happen.
The Titan was taking passengers to see the wreckage of the Titanic June 18th, 2023, when it lost communication with the mothership and eventually imploded, killing all 5 people on board.
Now the Coast Guard is set to hold hearings in Charleston about what unfolded that day. I spoke with a professor at the College of Charleston to learn the history of deep sea diving and to find out how it's changed over the past few decades. The wreckage of Titanic has fascinated divers and explorers since the ship sank in 1912. But nearly 40 years ago is when the dream of finding the ship became a reality.
Well, this goes back to 1985 when Robert Ballard, who's an oceanographer at Woods Hole, first discovered the exact location of the Titanic, which was about 900 miles east of Cape Cod, 400 miles southeast of Newfoundland. That was using an ROV, a remotely operated vehicle. So that was the first time that we actually knew where the Titanic was located.
Jack DiTullio is a professor at the College of Charleston and the director of the Grice Marine Laboratory. He says since the initial discovery, more explorers and scientists started making the trek to the deep sea.
And that, of course, led to a lot of excitement about recovering some of the artifacts that were down there. Excitement
only growing thanks to Hollywood.
Since that time, of course, the interest started to build even more, especially with the movie coming out. Various ROVs had been diving down to that region.
Then tourists started their trips with the help of a company called OceanGate. The company was started in 2009 by American businessman and engineer Stockton Rush. For a hefty price tag, he would take people down to see the infamous ship on the company's submersibles.
Apparently, it started bringing people down in 2021. And in 2022, I think they said 28 people had gone down, paid, I think the ticket was $250,000 to go down there.
There's still more wreckage to explore and more items to recover from the ship.
We've already recovered over 5,000 artifacts. And apparently, one of the big ones that they want to recover, in fact, the French expert that died, his name was Narguillet, had made 38 dives down to the Titanic. He was 77 years old, probably one of them, he's probably researched that expedition more down to the Titanic more than anybody else. He was trying to recover the telegraph on that ship. So apparently that's one of the important artifacts that has not yet been recovered.
Paul-Henri Narguillet, a French deep-sea explorer and Titanic expert, was one of the 5 men who died on the OceanGate implosion. His estate is now suing the company for wrongful death. But DiTullio says despite the implosion, scientists and civilians still feel called to explore the deep.
The deep ocean is a place now, I think, that's going to get more and more exposure as these companies see what's down there, both in terms of natural resources and in this instance, just to bring rich people that have a lot of money that want to go down there. Just kind of like rich people, they pay the Sherpas all that money to go up to the Himalayas. It's the same kind of thing, right? They pay for that sense of adventure.
The hearing starts September 16th in North Charleston. News 4 will be there, and we will stream the hearings on our website.